So we are back. We are
What's
back.
up? What's up?
How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Good shows last night. What did you think?
I'm leaning to NXT. Last night.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, where did you wanna start with?
We could start with NXT. That was a really good show last night.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
Uh,
really, the only two things you got to talk about is the ladder match and that killer, pretty much hour match between Gargano and Ciampa. That was amazing.
yeah, it was. The way they shot it was different. I wonder why they didn't shoot more matches like that. They only shot that match in that fashion. I guess there was a reason for it.
I think this one needed it a little bit more, probably. You got the feud in, you got everything kind of built into that one, so kind of called for it. in my
Yeah,
in my opinion. And I liked how they kind of kept it like they were supposed to keep it inside the ring. We're gonna end it in the ring, and then they kind of spilled out all over. They went on top of the truck just like Edge and Orton, but I think this one was a little bit better.
yeah, I mean, as they say, less is more. You know what I mean? The match wasn't as long as um, Edge's match. I do feel like people are over exaggerating on um, that Edge thing, saying it's the most boring match of all time. It's just
It wasn't
crazy to me.
it wasn't boring, but it was definitely long.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And this one was long, but it wasn't boring.
Let me shift the gears real quick. Since we were talking about the main event of that. What did you think of Cody going over Sean again?
I
How did
kind
you feel
of
about that match?
I kind of figured that was gonna happen.
Yeah, because it's gonna. Do you think Lance is gonna beat Cody for that title?
I don't know if it's definitely gonna come down to those two. I don't know. Well, I don't see why you wouldn't give it to Lance, but
Yeah,
Cody's been putting people over left and right. It still keeps him hot if he gets all the wins up until the final. He can take the loss. He's the hottest thing in that company. So as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't hurt him if he loses it. So it kind of makes sense for Archer to come in and kind of get on a roll and be that monster and get the title.
for those fans that say, well, damn, how many more times is Cody going to lose before it is to a point where he's got to start winning? Uh, when do you think it's too? When do you think that time is coming to where he has to get like the big win? Because it's going to start being detrimental, or do you think will it ever be detrimental?
As long as they keep telling the good storylines, it ain't gonna be
Right,
detrimental as far as I'm concerned.
right,
I mean, look at what he did with MJF. Carried that whole storyline for 6 months, no title involved at all, and he lost, and he's fine.
yeah.
It all just depends how you go about it. That's all.
Do you think MJF is challenging next in store for Dean? Well, I'm sorry, John Mox
Well, first you got Hager.
after
Uh,
Hager.
um, I guess. I mean, we'd have to wait and see because we'll see how quick they look to push Brody. We'll see if Archer wins that title. Who's to say he doesn't want to go for another title? I don't know. But I mean, it makes sense right now that MJF would be the only guy. He's the only guy that's really pushed to that kind of level that's not in the inner circle.
I think he's the only guy that's undefeated. I don't think he took any losses.
Him and Hager.
Yeah, him and Hager. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I don't want John to get lost in the shuffle. He's not on blood and guts. They're making a mid card title, um, and I think they're going to make that as just as much as important as his title. So
As it
I hope
should be.
MJF is next in line so that we can keep Mox busy because Mox has been like on cruise control for a while outside of the pandemic stuff.
And I think it tells that MJF's not in this tournament too.
Mm-hmm.
So
He
it
should
kind of
be.
kind of shows that he might be the next in line. We can run
Yeah.
down. We can run down Dynamite. Lance Archer's first match. I mean, he beat a jobber. Nothing really to say about that. He looked pretty strong in that one. And then he kind
Yeah.
of was looking down at what's his name, Marco Stunt the whole time, pretty much outside the ring. Then we have Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida. Probably the first time I've actually enjoyed watching Britt Baker. I don't know about you.
I enjoy Britt Baker. I mean, she's a she's a hill. She wrestles like a hill. You
Maybe
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
trying to say is the whole
The best
package.
match.
The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
package of Britt Baker.
She's
Because
getting better. She's finding herself. They gave her some time,
hmm
and it shows. Her working with Tony Schiavone is always I think she's finding her calling as far as being a heel. Shit, she gotta learn. She get a front row seat from her man. Her man should be showing her exactly how to get under people's skin.
as he should be.
Mm.
But I'm glad Sheeta won because Sheeta's been hot. Sheeta probably is the next one in line for that title shot. She's been number one for like months now,
Yeah,
as far as the
Showbelt.
rankings go. I think she's got to get the next title shot. I don't think she's gonna win against Nyla, but I think she'll definitely get the next title shot. I think eventually when the time comes, Britt'll be getting that title down the line.
I agree with you.
I think she might be the next one, but I think Sheeta'll give Nyla a nice match. What do you think of the best friends versus the best friends? Nakazawa and Omega versus the best friends for the title of best friends.
I mean, honestly, I didn't really care for it.
It was a little silly.
It's very silly. I don't care to see Kenny Omega in those type of environments. But it was just I don't really have any real feelings towards it. To be honest with you, it was just it was just filler for what's going on right now. That's how I look at it. They're
Yeah,
trying to do as much as they can. So I didn't really have any expectations as far as tonight is concerned. But it was cool.
yeah, it was interesting to see a different side of Kenny because it's a side that a lot of people might not be used to if they haven't seen some of his other stuff from like DDT and those type of places in Japan. But he does a lot of that type of wrestling as well. But I think you might have. I would have liked to see the best friends maybe against the Gun Club, against Austin and Billy, like something like that. They're there.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
there
like
every week. We hardly ever see them. Let the best. I mean, they don't need a win. Let the best friends get a win over them instead of like over Kenny. But I mean, they're trying to get people. They're working with what they got right now. It seems like
yeah,
not everybody can get there, which is fine. Um,
yeah,
but overall, it was different. I'll say that it was different. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea. At times, I was not interested, but it was all right. And then Brody Lee in another jobber match beat Lee Johnson.
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did. He took his head off a few times, but he won. And then he had another nice little vignette before the match. Just checking my notes down
I
here.
like it. I like the vignettes. I like the fancy cars and suits and some people with the ties. It shows you levels to where you can get to inside the group. Um,
It's got a nice like mob mafia CEO type of vibe.
I like it. I like it, and
Like
I don't.
like what's his name, Falcone or whatever from Batman. It's got that type of vibe to me.
I
Like
like
the
it.
yeah, I like it too. It's different for the big guys. You usually see the big guys just being the muscle and not like the head of it. So I like it. And
It
then we
shows
had
it shows authority. I think the Exalted one is not as wacky as it could have. It came off to be at first. It's very realistic. It's more so about power. That's just what the whole gimmick is about. And he shows his power, and it shows that you know each member has certain levels. You might be bottom. You might be like if we're talking New Japan. You might be like the young lion as far as in the Dark Order, where it's like you don't have a tie. What I mean, you just wear whatever, and you gotta work for that tie, and work for the suit, and then work your way up. I think it's dope, me personally.
I do too, and I like how he treats them too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Treat them like vets. You're
Yep. And then we had the main event, which we kind of talked about, but the first round, first matchup of the TNT Championship tournament, Cody against Sean Spears, and Cody came out on top. He hit two crossroads at one point that Sean kicked out of, but eventually Cody would get the win. What'd you think about that?
I think Sean is just a good hand. I mean, it shows. I think it's exactly what Cody explained it to be. I feel like uh, they try to make it a big deal. They try to build it up. I think I don't know if you've seen Cody's promo. Did you see Cody's promo before all this happened?
Hmm. Yeah.
Really, really good. But I mean, we knew he was gonna go over Sean. I guess it doesn't matter where Sean goes. You know what I'm saying?
No, because
You know,
he's got that other storyline still where he's trying to find a tag team partner. So it's not like he doesn't have anything. You know what I mean? At least he still has something to go.
something. Yeah.
In another company, he might have just gone away for a while. But he's still
Yeah.
got that whole tag team thing, which that storyline's been going on for a few months, and I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. So it's smart of them to keep building like background storylines around these bigger picture schemes that they got going on.
No, for sure. I think the match was good though. The match was good.
Yeah, overall, I thought Dynamite was a pretty good episode. I mean, they're doing what they can. Got to appreciate it for that. I mean, they're going on the fly. It seems like they got enough built up for a few weeks. But it seems like they got a plan at least now with the TNT tournament. So
Oh, same thing. And even Raw. Raw wasn't the best show, but I don't see why people are being so negative about it. We know what's going on. You know, we know that sports is shut down. This is the only thing that we still have. So I mean, they do what they can. One thing I did enjoy for Raw, and we're gonna bring it to Wednesday. I did enjoy the tag team between Ricochet and
and Cedric,
yeah. So I guess that's where they're going with them, the tag team. So I think that's something for them to do. I feel like they definitely need to rebuild the tag team division and make some new championships. Bring back the old ones, the ones that Road Dogg and them had. Do something to where we can appreciate this shit a little bit more. It's a different type of vibe to it. What do you think?
I agree. I feel like they're just kind of mix matching people when they have proven tag teams that have been there for a while. I mean, you see with like Rude and Ziggler, now we're getting Cedric and Ricochet. It's just like a lot of makeshift teams. When you have teams that have been there for a long time, they can hold it down. But what do I know?
No, for sure. But we can
What
bring
you?
it to Wednesday though, because I know unless you want to still talk about some shit on Raw, ain't too
Nah,
really too much to talk about
th-
Raw.
there wasn't too much. I mean, Apollo and Alistair had a good match, but other than that, it was a bunch of jobber matches. And then the Street Profits and Bianca.
Yeah.
Who did they take on? I don't even remember.
Um,
Garza and
Garza. Yep.
Theory and them. Those were probably the only two that I really were worth watching.
Yeah.
Because
The Big Show shit.
I was about to say that Big Show was pointless.
I mean, I got the point that they were trying to make, but
The point they were trying to make is he has a show on Netflix now, and they need to promote it.
yeah, he probably. I heard he doesn't live too far from where they're shooting. So uh,
There was no other reason besides that.
true. Smart booking. Smart booking.
I here's my thing. What was the point of making it seem like it was after the WrestleMania match? Why would Drew come back out? Why wouldn't you just have that as Monday night?
WWE baby. It's no logic.
I don't know.
But
I would have just had that as the main event of Monday night instead of pretending it was after WrestleMania. What would be the point of Drew having his match, leaving? He was in the main event, and then he comes back out. What was the point of that?
WWE baby,
Whatever. He got a big win over a big opponent, so good for him.
and that's all they wanted. That's all they wanted to do. At the end of the day,
And
outside of
and then
outside of
and
promoting.
I was gonna say, make sure you watch the Big Show on Netflix. So NXT women's number one contender ladder match.
My baby one.
Yeah, Io. I was rooting for Io. I wanted either Io or Candice to win. Those are my two. But
Yeah, the ladder match was dope.
I'm
I
glad
enjoyed it.
I'm glad Io won because Io versus Charlotte's gonna be tear the house down probably.
Yeah,
But there were a lot of good spots. Like Tegan took a tumble through the ladder. Chelsea Green and Robert Stone took a fall off the top. There were a lot of good spots.
Where is Chelsea Green? Did she come from another company or?
She was an Impact.
Okay, because I hear people like,
She
and I'm
was
like, well, where does she come from?
Laurel Van Ness. She did that character for a while over there, and she's been into a couple other companies too. But her biggest role was an Impact.
Real quick, did you hear what happened with Ripley? Why pretty much why she I guess lost the title. She had to
No,
go back home because her visa expired, and because of the stuff going on in the world, she had to be quarantined for some time as well. So a lot of people were thinking that that's the
makes
reason why she
sense.
lost it. Yeah,
I doubt that's the actual reason, but that makes sense that they would do that. I don't think that's the reason. I think Charlotte was going to win regardless.
you think she was going to win regardless? I,
Yeah,
I think that's the
I think
reason.
people are making up excuses. I think she was going to win regardless.
Okay,
Sorry,
we
sorry,
finally we finally can disagree on something. Thank you.
sorry.
Yeah, we finally can disagree on something. But yeah, back to the match. I think the match was good. And we're gonna see what happens with Charlotte and Leo. Should be crazy.
Yeah, I mean they all took some pretty bad bumps. Even Candace right at the end got pushed off, right, fell right on that ladder, right on her back. Ugh.
Fuck
But
Candace.
every single one of them killed it.
Fuck Candace.
What do you think about Finn going after Walter?
Man, I'll tell you how comfortable Finn looks in that environment. It just looks really, really good.
Because he's
Like,
got something to do.
yeah, man, he just it looks amazing right now as far as psychology, how physical he is. You know what I'm saying? And he's the only person I could see beating Walter because it's like, who could beat Walter? I could see Finn beating Walter. This Finn, I can see this Finn beating Walter.
Me too, because then he can bounce around between NXT, NXT UK, build up NXT UK as well. It's no brainer to me because
Yeah,
there's nobody else there that can beat Walter right now.
and I'm sure it feels great to you. Like, all right, fuck the main roster. I don't want to be up here. It's like it feels great to have options and still get paid that WWE money and be on that WWE platform.
Hmm.
It's got to be amazing. He's going to take it to Ireland sooner or later. He's going to headline Ireland as UK champion soon. Oh man,
Belfast.
woo! It's going to be crazy.
What'd you
So
think
yeah,
of the new tag team in Indus? Sure.
I hate him. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Rinku and Sairav, I think is their names.
I will never learn their names, and I don't like them.
Why
It looks goofy to me.
don't you like them?
Well, we got the whole Monday Night Messiah thing going on, and then now these guys come out and they just throw me off. They just throw me for a loop. I don't like the image. I don't know if they're Samoan or I don't know. They look. I don't know. I don't
They're
like the
both.
look. I don't like the gimmick. I don't like the name. I don't like the move set. I don't like nothing about it. What
So
do,
I
what do you think?
think I think Indus sure means Lions of Indu. I don't know. That's what I found out. I don't know. I need more. I need to see more. I don't know.
I don't like their
That's
manager. I hate it. I hate their
see. That's
manager.
probably the one part I do like about them, because I liked him when he was on the independent circuit beforehand. So that's why I like him. But he's probably the only part I do like about about them right now. I'm not gonna totally say I'm not gonna like it, but right now I don't
What they
like
do this?
the look.
I'm good. I'm good. This shit they fucked me up with this one.
I mean,
I'm good.
I'll give them this much. At least they can like move around in the ring and have some basics down. It looks like they know what they're doing. But I mean, they still need some work. But at least they're not going in there like tumbling around and acting like they're the hot shit when they can't even wrestle. At least they can do something in there. Whether it'll take them to the next level and they can hang with teams that are in the top of the tag team division, we'll see. But for
I'm gonna
now,
be honest with you. When they showed up, it was a piss break. I left. I didn't see the jobber match.
yeah,
I
they
didn't
gotta do
care.
something. I think they have to change the ring attire and maybe like I don't know. They need a good match with the top tag team, or they need to have an impact in the tag team division, like take out Undisputed Era or something.
They need
to
a
be taken
gimmick.
seriously.
They need another gimmick.
We'll see. His one night. We'll see. I mean, they already took out Matt Riddle the first night, so we'll see when Pete comes back what happens.
That tag team division is strong.
I know you'll cry if they take the titles from Pete.
They'll never be champions with that
You
gimmick.
you'll cry. And then
Never.
finally, the last but not least, the Black Heart versus the Rebel Heart. Hell of a match, man. One final beat.
It's too much
Basic.
story with this, man. It's too much story.
Yeah, man, they fought all over the place. They had a nice package leading up to it. It was basically like an abandoned building they just set up. I like how they had the trucks outside. They did a lot of stuff, man. They went through about 3 or 4 tables. He did the air raid. Tommaso did the air raid crash off the top rope onto the floor. Uh, that probably hurt more than anything that they did in the past 5 matches because that's just eesh. But a couple table spots. The big
I gotta watch this match. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, you got to watch them out. And then Candace coming in at the end with a swerve. Before the match, she handed Johnny something, and we found out at the end what it was. She kicked Johnny in the nuts. Johnny's really selling it, and then all of a sudden, Tommaso's like saying sorry and all this, like saying he didn't mean it, he's sorry. And then Candace comes out, kicks him in the nuts, and Johnny whips out. It was a cup that he had on, so he was faking it the whole time. And then he delivers Ciampa's own move and gets the win.
Right.
Some
Finally, somebody pinned with
big
their own move.
big heel moves from
Yeah. Finally, somebody
Candace and
loses to
Johnny.
their own move. Because most people kick out their own finisher. You
Man,
would think they would fall to their own finisher. You know what I mean?
it's about time. Then the biggest thing was right at the end as Johnny and Candace were leaving. There was a black car, and who was in that car? Killer Cross and Scarlet Bordeaux. You had to really
Woo!
look. You had to really
Buddy,
look. But I saw that. I was like, oh,
new champion, new
ooh,
champion,
ooh.
new champion. That's gonna be the champion. That's gonna beat Adam Cole probably, or the Dream, or the
That's a
Dream.
or they're gonna do. Yeah, they might. It looks like they might do a little couple action here for a little bit of a feud, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I like that they're gonna. Maybe they're watching Johnny and Candace. Maybe they're gonna get involved with that. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, like you said, I thought NXT was the better show, but I thought AEW's been doing good with what they've been given, as has NXT. Raw was but I mean they don't have much to work off of. I don't think they're trying to set anything in motion too much because they don't know where they're going to be. So I feel like that's kind of what you saw from Raw on Monday. And I feel like they don't want to put anything in motion because they don't really know where the heck if they can continue doing shows or whatnot. You know what I mean?
I heard they don't have anything moving forward.
Well, we'll
And
find.
AEW has a couple months or something like that.
Yeah, but apparently WWE is going back to doing live on Friday and Mondays. So we'll see.
Friday, Monday.
We'll
That's what I
find out.
thought.
We'll find out tomorrow night.
I think they should go on a break, but they can't go on a break because AEW is out here.
Yeah, can't be doing that. But I mean, that's about it. That's all we got.
Yeah, yeah. We're not coming back here for SmackDown. It's not gonna be worth it.
Maybe this weekend.
Yeah. We will I guess see if we have any news like over the weekend and we can bring some news back
Yeah, maybe Monday or something.
and see what's going on. Yeah, man. Yeah, because we just covered the 2 nights of WrestleMania. Yeah, so we back.
Yeah, we'll see everybody next time, I guess.
You have any closing thoughts? Have you watched New Japan lately?
I'll be honest. I haven't watched since Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I gotta try to catch up and see
It's
what's
been
going on.
hard since AEW has been around to keep up with everything because I like MLW too, so I watch a lot of MLW.
Do you watch Ring of Honor still?
Reruns every now and then
Reruns.
because it's on. I have a couple of the channels that they run on, so I watch it when it's on Friday nights. Um, but it's hard, man. There's too much.
It definitely is too much wrestling. What's your who's your the closest thing out? Who's your favorite wrestler as of right now. It doesn't matter like what company they work for.
Mm, put me on the spot like that, huh? You know, I'm gonna say Lance Archer because I really liked what he did this past summer in the G1. I felt like he really had a coming out party, and I feel like he's really gonna come out in AEW. So I'm gonna go Lance.
I'm gonna go. That's a strong pick. I'm gonna go Garza. I'm gonna go Garza. He reminds me of Eddie.
That's a good one.
Reminds me of Eddie. He's really, really good at the ring. Put him in any situation, he's going to shine. So I think he's I think he's a future world champion. You know, me personally.
For sure.
Lance too. Lance might fuck around and be TNT champion. Like already.
That's my pick. That's my pick.
Already.
Him or Colt.
Yeah. But all right, bro. It's always a pleasure.
I will see you, and I'll see everybody later.